Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Energy Caper Show. My name is Scott Morrison. When I'm in my authorial mode, I'm William Scott Morrison, and the author of the sponsor of this show, my novel, The Energy Caper, or Nixon in the Sky with Diamonds. It's a story set in the 1970s in a world where there was no Vietnam War, so Richard Nixon does not have the constraints of Vietnam and Watergate, and he's fighting the Arab oil embargo when he learns that there is a plant which, if converted to methanol, could make America energy independent. The only problem is this plant happens to be illegal. So Richard Nixon sets out to make the evil weed known as hemp legal. I know that's a bit of a stretch if you know anything about Richard Nixon, but it could have happened, and if he'd been able to do it, he would be on Mount Rushmore as he is on the cover of my novel. But this is a song night. This is about guns, because we're coming up to the anniversary of the 15th anniversary of the bombing of the Murtha building in Oklahoma City by a right-wing American-born terrorist named Timothy McVeigh. And the gun nuts in this country are going to be celebrating this event with rallies all over the place where you're supposed to come in packing heat to defend your supposed Second Amendment rights. Now, this song does require the Second Amendment preface everything here. So the Second Amendment reads as follows: a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, there's an anecdote I have to tell before I get into the song. It's about the U.S. Army and the U.S. Marines. I'm not sure about the Navy and the Air Force if they're quite as strict about this, but in the Army and the Marines, you're not allowed to call a weapon a gun. It's an absolute no-no. And when I was in the U.S. Army in the summer of 1970 in basic combat training at Fort Dix, New Jersey, one of my platoon mates made the mistake of calling his weapon a gun one too many times in front of the drill sergeants. And so he was required by Drill Sergeant Watson to take his M16 and hold it in one hand and hold his private parts in the other, and go to everybody in the platoon, in the company, officers and sergeants and trainees, about 250 guys all together, going, "This is my weapon, this is my gun, this is for killing, this is for fun, this is my weapon, this is my gun, this is for killing, this is for fun." And that was immortalized in the movie Full Metal Jacket about 20 years later, when the filmmaker, I guess it was Stanley Kubrick, it was a Stanley Kubrick film, I think, had an entire Marine platoon marching around doing that exact same chant in their barracks in their underwear. And that was quite an amusing scene. Okay, I'm just going to get into this. Well, as a boy, I went out hunting for a rabbit and for duck. I'd take my trusty shotgun and sometimes had some luck. Or I'd grab a 30-30 and try to bag a deer high up in the mountains, playing poker and drinking beer. Yeah, then the U.S. Army taught me grunt lesson number 1. Your weapon is for killing, your gun, it is for fun. Army weapons made for killing in full-out total war. Now some say they're so thrilling, guns ain't fun enough no more. Blow the NRA away, blow the NRA away. You know, if they could do it, they'd legalize grenades, flamethrowers and bazookas, even tanks would be okay to the Looney Tune palookas running the NRA. They say war toys are so thrilling, they make you feel so brave. Some people make a killing catering to the craze. They promote the cult of violence because there's money to be made, and politicians quake in silence in the sights of the NRA. Because the NRA, it lobbies, it pays and pays and pays. They've bought off most Republicans who always vote their way. They say war toys are just hobbies, no threat to you and me, but they're a clear and present danger to our democracy. Blow the NRA away, blow the NRA away. You know, if they could do it, they'd legalize grenades, flamethrowers and bazookas, even tanks would be okay. To the Looney Tune palookas running the NRA. Well, I have a recorded version of this song, a studio version, and it has some sound effects that come in here. I'll do my best to emulate them. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bam, bam, boom. Well, America's founding fathers said people could bear arms so that state militias could keep us all from harm. They foresaw state-run militias, well-regulated and ready, drilling every Saturday down on the village green. Yeah, America's founding fathers showed how to make our laws based on the Constitution, 'cause people have their flaws. It's clear our founding fathers would say the NRA and the Roberts Court are dead-assed wrong. Well-regulated means just what the hell it says, and they'd second this loud and strong. Blow the NRA away, blow the NRA away. America's a-praying for that happy day when there's no Saturday night specials, no Glocks, no Uzis, no AK-47s, no MAC-10s, no M16s. Blow the NRA away, blow the NRA away. You know, if they could do it, they'd legalize grenades, flamethrowers, and bazookas, even tanks would be okay. To the Looney Tune palookas running the NRA. Oh boy, did I ever need to get that out of my system. This debate over the Second Amendment and what it constitutes has been going on for a long time, and it's getting really ugly. I don't mind shotguns. I don't mind hunting rifles. I don't even mind pistols in the home for self-protection. I do mind people walking around the streets carrying guns. Even Dodge City, you know, the Wild West, Dodge City, you had to check your guns at the town line before coming in to the saloon and partying down after the long ride up from Texas. Anyhow, thank you for listening, and this has been the Blow the NRA Away edition of the Energy Caper Show. Next time, I don't know what I'll do, but there will be a next time at irregular intervals. Meanwhile, peace.